Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, Analyst here, back in the video, back into the live stream. Hope everyone is doing just fine. We uh, we got some not Hawks breaking news, but we definitely got some breaking news for Lakers fans. What's up, Barnesy 24? I'm assuming you're a Lakers fan and you're screaming, "Let's go!" I assume y'all don't like Frank Vogel in LA. What makes you all not like him? I mean, he got you all a chip. I'm dying for that in Atlanta. You know, but overall, Frank, I have my opinions on the Lakers situation. Um, the Lakers these past few years have not been the smartest organization by refusing to trade Taylor Horton Tucker to the Toronto Raptors for Kyle Lowry. You could have had a legit point guard other than Westbrook. Um, and then, the team was not constructed good this year. Um, I I mean, definitely Frank carries um some some blame, but I'm not totally sure on the whole idea on to part ways with Frank. Um, I do agree that there are better head coaches out here that can get the job done, and that is 100% agreeable. Um, I you know I like Mike D'Antoni a lot. I'm seeing rumors that Doc would be interested in taking the job from Philly. I see so many rumors. Quinn Snyder, he's he's probably gonna be the next one. Gone. But I think there are a lot of available head coaches that would help out the Lakers. I don't think that a head coach on your bench is gonna do it. Since y'all lost J Kidd, I think that if you wanted to fire Frank, last year would have been the year to do it and get J Kidd as your head coach. But you all didn't do that. You kept it out with Frank, and now you don't have a good head, and now you don't have a good coach on your staff. You have Fizz on your staff, and some other coaches who I don't even know. Uh, Barnesy 24 says, "I'm not a Lakers fan. Happy to see you back." Oh, well, thank you. But I'm not a huge fan of Frank Vogel at all. I think the Lakers have made a bad move after that. Yeah, for sure. The Lakers are not a good organization. You can look back on all their rings. They uh they don't really mean anything if right now you're not doing what you're supposed to do. But thank you, Barnes. I didn't know that. I for sure thought you were a Lakers fan celebrating that Frank was about to get out the door because I'll tell you what, the difference between the Hawks organization and every other organization, especially organizations like the Lakers, the Knicks, and stuff like that, when reports leak, they're 96. They have a 90% chance of being correct because an organization like that, a big market, a big franchise like that, leaks a lot of their stuff. Trade rumors are leaked, free agent rumors are leaked, coaching candidates are leaked. Or with us, we don't have any of that stuff leaked. We always we're always airtight. We don't let anything get out. But yeah, the Lakers are not a good organization. They they yeah they're a at this point they're a mediocre organization. They I can't believe you refused to trade Taylor Horton Tucker for Kyle Lowry. Um, Taylor Horton Tucker's not good. Now you see from teams that you're not going to be able to get anything. Maybe you trade Taylor Horton Tucker to Miami. I'm sorry, to Orlando for Terrence Ross, but I'm looking now, and the Lakers are in deep trouble. They're in deep trouble. They have no flexibility, no draft picks. Um, they excuse me. Taylor Horton Tucker, excuse me, Taylor Horton Tucker is not going to be their answer. It's not going to be their. They're not. That's not going to be that young guy that can get them to the net. No, they don't have a good team. Let me go back to because they're. Oh my god, they have. Let's see, one, two, three, four. They have five tradable assets in this coming up off season. Um, yeah, they're in a really bad situation. They're looking at losing LeBron. LeBron, after going into this next season, is on a 1 year deal, not resigning with the Lakers. They're gonna get stuck with Anthony Davis, hashtag Mr. 20 games a season. They're Westbrook. I would just go ahead and trade West to a team that you can get some depth. Try to see if you can get him to New York. If you can get him to New York, get Julius Randle, Alec Burks, Kimball Walker, and maybe I'd even take a player like Taj Gibson, just to get some depth on the Lakers roster because they have no good depth. They don't even have a legit backup point guard. They don't have a legit big man. They have lost everything over the years. They've made terrible trades. Rob Pelinka should be next. He's not a good GM. He's made moves that don't make sense. What's up, JR? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Rob Pelinka is not a good GM. The Lakers are such a disgrace to the NBA. You move everything for Westbrook, and then you move so much for Anthony Davis. Now you're not going to. Now you are literally not going to be able. The Lakers are just not good. You're not going to even be able to get back what you gave up for AD. No one's giving up 5 first-round picks for AD. Plus a bunch of players like Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, KCP, Buddy. They're a disgrace. They're a disgrace. I think LeBron really thought he'd have a leg up on the legacy conversation if he could win with Westbrook and KD. Let me tell you, LeBron isn't smart. Good player. Probably the best. He could go down as the best of all time, but he's not smart. He doesn't have a very good brain. For you to trade, let me go back. Let me see. Russell Westbrook trade. Let me see what was given up. Let me see. You shouldn't even went after him. Let me see. What did you give up? All right. Here it is. The Wizards got Montrezl Harrell, big man, KCP, elite shooter, Kyle Kuzma, a 2020, the number 2022, and the Lakers traded the 22 overall pick. Wow. And the Lakers got a second round pick and Westbrook. Now let me go back to the AD trade because this trade was just what a ridiculous trade. Now, I was the GM. First of all, I'd be getting some draft picks because they don't have a draft pick until like 2098. Yeah, you're right, Barnes. It's so bad. Their organization is not good. Let me tell you. Let me see what they gave up. What did they give up for Westbrook? They're not going to be able to get anything back. Let's see. Let me see. Trade. Here we go. Right here. This ridiculous trade. Sorry, guys. It's just thunder. Reading from Woj himself in 2019, June 15th at 6:27 p.m. The Pelicans have agreed to trade Anthony Davis to the Lakers for Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, 4 first round. Oh my goodness. The number 4 overall pick and one of their picks end up being the number 1 overall pick. They're not good. Who is signing off on these deals? Genie. You got to do better. You've won chips in the back. This is not how you win them. Now, if you were the Lakers and you wanted to you wanted to fire Frank Vogel, King's ransom. Yeah, yes, you're almost as bad as the Kings organization. The organization does not make the playoffs in 16 years. Let me tell you, if you were the Lakers and you wanted to fire Frank Vogel, who would be your next head coach? Barnesy, JR, my bad, just hit the microphone. Barnesy, JR, who would be your next head coach? And first of all, if I was the Lakers, Westbrook would be moved first. He's the movable one. And see what you can get for that ugly dude, Talen Horton-Tucker, who you're paying $10 million to average, 8 points. And you expect him to be the next Michael Jordan. Talen Horton-Tucker is not good. He's not good. There'd be no way I would take Talen Horton-Tucker on the Hawks. Unless you wanted to take every player on the Hawks is better than Talen Horton-Tucker. I mean, you want to take Gorgie Dang, but on a serious note, what could you possibly be thinking keeping Talen Horton-Tucker? You're not a developmental organization. You don't develop anyone. The Hawks do a better job developing guys than the Lakers do. Toronto could have turned Talen Horton-Tucker into the next LeBron James. But instead, you kept him and you went after Russell Westbrook and did not get Kyle Lowry because you didn't want to give up Talen Horton-Tucker. You tested your value for Talen Horton-Tucker all season long. And then he is not good. He's not good. I really like Ty Lue. I love Ty Lue. I think Ty Lue is in my opinion, I think Ty Lue's a top 10 coach in the NBA, hands down. JR, Mark Jackson is not going to – listen, Mark Jackson, let me tell you, he probably doesn't want another head coaching job. What is this? Is this dude doing TV or something? No, he's long gone out of the NBA. He's long gone out of the NBA. No one's hired him. I wouldn't even hire him. I wouldn't even hire him. I tell you what. First of all, I wouldn't be firing Frank Vogel, number one. Number two, if I did, the first guy who I'm calling that's available is Mike D'Antoni. Love Mike. I think that he's a great coach. I'll definitely call Mike. I love Mike. I think Brett Brown out of Philadelphia. I think that he was done very wrong in Philadelphia. You get your owner to tell you that we're going to lose for 10 years straight on purpose. And then you lose one round to Kawhi Leonard hitting a lucky shot. And then you lose the next round in the bubble. You could have lost the year before that, but I don't know. But Brett Brown, great coach. I think that he should definitely get a job in the NBA. He was blackballed out of the league. I mean, look, although that could be true, listen, I believe in good coaches. I think that if you're a good coach, you for sure will get listen. I look at guys like JB Bickerstaff, who filled in as interim in Houston for a while. He went to a couple losing organizations, but he finally got a chance in Cleveland. Listen, I've always liked JB. What's up, Andy Smith? How is it going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I mean, Brett, Mike, I probably wouldn't bring Luke Walton back. I would now if I'm talking about coaches who currently have a job, Quinn Snyder's number one on my list. Love Quinn. I think that Quinn is a great guy, great coach, great guy. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not hiring Doc Rivers. I'm not gonna hire a guy that is the king at choking off leads. Whether He can do it all for you. You might as well pay him for choking out. He can choke you off a lead in the game, a lead in the series. He can choke you off a playoff berth. He can do anything you want. He can choke you off anything you want. Anything. Just ask him. He will get it done for you. And it's a natural talent for him. But I tell you what, I'm a true fan of Quinn. I like let me say Doc is not no Doc. But I tell you what, Tom Thibodeau, if Tibbs does not go back to New York, I would be ringing off his phone for the Lakers. He's a win now coach. He's a gritty guy. He'll run his players in the ground, but that's okay. But he'll finally be able to get a team that has the same mentality as him. Win now. Win now. He cares about defense. And he's not afraid to pull any plugs. I love Tibbs. If Tibbs were not to return after this year to the Knicks, I would look at bringing him on my assistant coaching staff. I was Nate. But love Tibbs. Love Tibbs. And I think that he would be a high candidate. I probably threw it away. I had a list written down. Doc coach teams have bad habits. Yeah, Doc Rivers is not a. Let me tell you, if you get to Philadelphia and you lose, and I hate saying this is my team, but you lose to a premature Atlanta team. That's not good. That's not good. And you choked away 2 games in that series. He's not good at all. He's not a good coach. But I tell you what, if Doc Rivers, if I'm Philadelphia, if I'm Daryl Morey, Elton Brand, if I'm them, if we do not make it out the second round this season, he's fired. He's gone. He's got 2 years gone. We get James Harden. We give up everything for James Harden. We give up Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, 2 first-round picks, and we can't make it out the second round. Doc, you're gone. I think there are a lot better coaches out there than Doc Rivers. First of all, I think that right now the Lakers are in a bit of a sticky situation. Rob Pelinka is not gonna he's gonna have quite a lot of work to do. Quite a lot of work to do this summer. Rob Pelinka is because yeah. He's got a lot of work to do. I don't know what you do first. I don't know if you fire Frank, trade Westbrook, trade AD, trade Taylor Horton Tucker, you got to get rid of the whole team except for LeBron. I mean, clear it out. Clear it out. Try something new. I tell you what, I would be willing to do this, and it works salary-wise because I'm on a trade machine. The trade machine is very honest. It gives you a hard time when you don't know what you're doing when you're making trades. But Westbrook, AD to the Clippers for Paul George, Norman Powell, Luke Kennard, Reggie Jackson, and Terrence Mann if they were willing to do it. I would be willing to still make the trade if Terrence Mann was not involved. Terrence Mann, Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, Norman Powell, Paul George, and a second-round pick. We need picks for Westbrook and AD. That gives the Clippers a big 3, so that makes them say yes. We're getting a really good guy in AD. They have Kawhi still. They have Westbrook. And then LeBron can finally get a true running mate next to him in PG. He gets depth, real depth, not Taylor Horton Tucker and Carmelo Anthony and Trevor Ariza and Avery Bradley. He gets real depth next to him. And Norman, Luke, that's 2 shooters right there. Reggie, who can run the point. Terrence Mann, who's a true young star. He can be a true young star. But let me tell you. We are. I shouldn't say we. I shouldn't say we. Clippers with no way to take that trade. Why not? They get Westbrook. Hey, listen, if you know anything about Steve Ballmer, When Steve Ballmer sees an opportunity to acquire another superstar, he's only giving up a superstar. No, I'd say that. He's getting Westbrook, triple-double machine, but this year he's just been a turnover machine and a brick machine. He's been trying to build houses all over the place. He gets AD, and he gives up PG. That's a big three: Kawhi, AD, Westbrook. Then you get Norm. You give up Norman. You give up Luke. Actually, you know what? I'll let you keep Reggie. Even though AD is still a good player, he only plays 2 games a season though. I'll take Marcus Morris Sr. How about that? I'll take Marcus Morris Sr. if I had to, or Zubac. Something to get Westbrook out of New York. Something to get Westbrook out of LA. Something to get him out of LA. Hold on. Let's see. Just $40 million Westbrook. And you got Mr. Street Clothes, and yeah, that's true. You're right. I'm making my case for Brett Brown in this little group chat. There we go. All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If I'm the general manager of the Lakers, we're in trouble. I'm looking at the Lakers. And here's the bad thing. They do not even have the luxury to trick this season off and get a high draft pick. You want to know why? They don't even have a draft pick this year. They have no draft pick. They don't have a second round pick. They don't have a first round pick. They don't have a draft right. Nothing. So I don't know. Let's see. The Lakers is an exact reason why Atlanta has to be so careful making roster decisions. Yes. And here's why I'm so thankful for Travis Schlenk as our GM. I love Travis. I think that he should be in the running for Executive of the Year, despite the record. Even though we're 4 games over 500 now, I think we're doing so great. Travis, I am 100% pleased on what Travis has done for us. We have not made a stupid trade. We've not made a trade that's like, what are you thinking? We have not made a trade like that. People argue the Cam Reddish trade. We could have got more. Let me tell you. Do you know the same team, Travis? Do you know Travis was talking to the Lakers for Cam Reddish? What were the Lakers willing to offer? 2 second-round picks. 2 second-round picks for Cam Reddish. For a first-round pick, they were offering 2 second-round picks. You don't even get to move up into the first round with trading 2 second-round picks. Travis hung up the phone on Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka called back and said, okay, I'll trade you a second-round pick in 2028 and Kent Bazemore. No one wants that. Kent Bazemore is not good. Bazemore season, his career got ended by Luka crossing him up 3 times in 1 game. LeBron James was laughing at it. His career, he's not good. So what did Travis do? Travis said, okay, Cam Reddish is not re-signing with us after this year. We need to find a trade. We are going to get, and let me tell you, Jr. If Hawks snag AD or Zion, it would be major. Lakers need our pick. Let me tell you, I don't want AD. I don't want AD. Like you said, he's the king of street clothes next to Kendrick Nunn. He's not good. Let me tell you. I want players who's going to be there. Zion is coming back. I would take my risk on Zion quicker than I would take it on AD. Let me tell you. For AD, you're giving up. And by the way, JR, 2 of our first round picks this year are protected. So there's a chance that we won't have 3 new prospects this year if we don't trade our picks. But let me tell you. The Lakers, let me tell you what they're going to ask for. Let me tell you, JR, this is not me speaking. Let me tell you what the Lakers are going to ask for. This is what Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, all them in that atrocious front office is going to ask for. They're going to ask for Clint Capella, John Collins, Kevin Herter, Bogey, and 4 first-round picks. You want to know why? They gave up 4 first-round picks. And guess what? They get a whole new front court. And then they get a shooter in Herter and a shooter in Bogey. Their team is put together. You can keep Westbrook at that point. I don't know. I'm looking at the Lakers right now. And it's sad because I'm looking at the draft picks that they have. They have 2 second-round picks next year, which they'll probably find some way to trade. They have a first-round pick in 2025 that they can't trade because they have restrictions on it. A first-round pick in 2026 they can't trade because they have restrictions on it. And then guess what? They have one in 2027 and 2028. But guess what? You can't trade consecutive draft picks. And guess what? You can't trade consecutive first-round picks. So that means you can only trade one. And guess what? You know you're not going to be good in you know that you're not going to be good in 2027 or 2028. LeBron's going to be gone. So let me tell you, you can't even put protections on those picks. That means, yet again, your most valuable asset is a pick that you're going to need because you may be trying to tank that year. But guess what? You don't own a draft pick that year. Not looking good for the Lakers. Because you can't protect that pick. No one's going to want it. Who wants a protected pick from the Lakers when they know that Lakers not going to be good? That's the same thing the Pelicans did. They got the 4th overall pick and they got the number 1 overall pick. Let me tell you, the Lakers are a trash organization. I don't think in negotiating that hard. Not at this point. AD stock has fallen. They're not going to trade. Let me tell you, they're not trading. I don't want Anthony. I don't care if they say trade me, Clint Capella and 2 years. I don't care. Let me tell you, I'm not trading 4 first-round picks for Anthony Davis. I can go. Let me tell you, Donovan Mitchell is asking out this offseason. That's a guarantee. Donovan Mitchell is asking out. We can go get him with those 4 first-round picks. With those 4 first-round picks. And he's younger. But let me tell you, I don't want AD. He only plays 20 games a season. That is an over exaggeration, but he doesn't play the amount of games that they need to play. And let me tell you, if I were the Lakers, first of all, Rob Pelinka shouldn't even be sleeping at this point. He should be up consecutively nights. He should be up on consecutive nights. Let me tell you, If you're the GM of the Lakers or anyone in the Lakers front office, you should not even feel comfortable with sleeping. You have got to figure something out. You have no picks you can trade until Jesus comes back. You have second round picks who no one wants. Let me look at your picks again. Taylor Horton Tucker has no trade value. No trade value. Let me tell you. Taylor Horton Tucker is not good. Not good. Wes Brick is not good. AD, if he continues to be injured, he will not be good anymore. Donovan Mitchell would not work alongside Trey. That would be horrible. That would be good for ticket sales for not winning. Let me tell you, Donovan Mitchell will work far better than Anthony Davis. First of all, availability is one thing. Tell me why Donovan Mitchell would not work next to Trae Young. You can't say, let me tell you, I'm not looking for, let me tell you, Donovan Mitchell, if I had an, and then I don't think to be understand, if Travis had an opportunity to go get Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young would be saying, yes, go get him. Let me tell you, John Collins and, man, I don't want to get, John Collins and Kevin Knox is playing, but we have draft picks so we can go up. Let me tell you, with the available stars that are going to be available, Donovan Mitchell is going to be the best out of all of them. I don't think Bradley Beal is going to be available. If he was, I would be looking to go out there and acquire him. No one wants Julius Randle. He's not even a star. No one wants Julius Randle. I know he's going to be available because he acts out of New York, but no one wants Julius. Julius is not good. Julius is actually worse than Collins. He's not good. Maybe unrealistic. I know. Go ahead and type it into unrealistic. I know it's unrealistic. I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I want to say it. I know it's unrealistic. What if Brooklyn got put out in the first round this year, and KD got upset, and he said, "Okay, I'm wrong. I want to leave." KD spoke so highly of Trae Young and the Hawks. I'm telling you, he spoke so highly of them. Maybe we could land a guy like that. We're not going to, but it's an option. There's not a lot of available stars this offseason. Good stars, at least. There's not a lot of available stars. Maybe the Kings trade. See, this wouldn't even work. But maybe the Kings trade you De'Aaron Fox for John Collins. I mean, but because the Kings, don't say Kings would take that trade. The Kings traded Tyrese Halliburton and Buddy Hield for Domantas Sabonis. The Kings are a dumb organization, just like the Lakers. The Kings would do anything for a name. But let me tell you, I'm looking. I don't see any good available stars. Damian Lillard would not work next to Trae Young, and Damian Lillard is in a trash fire right now. The Blazers have no good trade assets other than Josh Hart and Simons. Josh Hart and Simons. Bledsoe is washed at this point. I'm looking. There's no good available stars other than Donovan Mitchell. And I doubt that this would happen. Maybe if you can get Zach LaVine, I would overpay for Zach LaVine just to get him to Atlanta. But this is not a good situation. All right, let's see. Defense for one. Really, JR? Defense? We don't play defense anyway. Let me say, if we were to go get Donovan Mitchell, you can sign defensive players. Let me see. I would rather get Gobert. Did you see that post that someone made that said we traded for Gobert, we still would have no star? I was high on Gobert, but I don't know. Capella's contract took us out of Porzingis. Let me tell you. First of all, Clint Capella does not have a bad contract. I'm looking at it right now. Not a bad contract for a big man. $19 million a year. And Porzingis, let me tell you, I don't want Porzingis. I don't want guys. First of all, Porzingis is a true power forward. I don't want guys that are injured all the time. I want guys that are going to be available. I want available guys. Then you can add whoever you want around it. What's up, Mr. Beasley? We need Brandon Ingram or Bradley Beal. Agree. I love BI, although the sad thing is New Orleans is not trading him. Unless now let me see. Let me see how a trade could work. Trade is Brandon Ingram, John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, and 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick. Would they take that? Probably so. Is that an overpay? Absolutely. Absolutely, that's an overpay. But I agree. But the only sketchy thing about Bradley Beal, and I, for a long time, okay, I thought I ended the live stream there for a second. I hit a button and took me to another tab. I was like, I know I just not in this live stream. But anyways, I was the biggest advocate for Bradley Beal. I was a Bradley Beal guy. I was like Bradley Beal. But the only thing that's gonna Bradley Bill's not gonna ask out. He's gonna and see this is what I mean. Let me tell you. Bradley Bill is gonna give Porzingis a chance. He's gonna give them a chance. It's not gonna work, but he's gonna give him a chance. They're gonna have the same thing. He's gonna do the same thing. They're gonna start out 10-3, and then they're gonna go like 4-20 in the next 24 games. Something crazy like that. Let me tell you, the Lakers are not a good organization, first of all. But moving on, I tell you what, the Lakers are in trouble. LeBron is not staying with LA. LeBron is gonna ask for a trade to the actually he may even walk and go to Cleveland. But if I was the Lakers, I would try to do anything I could to get anything back for LeBron James. First of all, at least for LeBron, I would at least can I at least get Colin Sexton. I at least want Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, and Seti Osman. Actually, no. I take that back. You can keep Seti. I want Okoro. Isaac Okoro, and I want at least 3 first-round picks. For LeBron. The Lakers are gonna have to get. The Lakers are in trouble. The Lakers are in trouble. But let me tell you, LeBron retire. What's up, Drew? Let me tell you, the Lakers are in big trouble. Big trouble. They have this situation is almost unfixable. You're getting ready to fire a coach that's, in my opinion, really good. No tradable assets. Your best asset that you want to make available is Talen Horton Tucker and a 2027 first-round pick that you can't even put protections on. LeBron waiting on his son, but I think, LeBron is not going to make it by his son. And people like, are you crazy? LeBron James averages his age. Let me tell you, LeBron James is not going to make it. Good player, but there's no reason for being in the NBA if you're not going for a championship. LeBron James will tell you that. It's no point in being in the league if you're not going for a championship. But let me tell you, I don't know why I keep saying we, but the Lakers, the only player I'll be interested in the Lakers. Well, first of all, no one, to be honest. Actually, I'll take Malik Monk. For Lou Williams or DeLon Wright. But other than that, no. The Lakers. Let me tell you, the first thing I'm doing is trading Westbrook for some depth, I will be willing to get depth, true depth. Oh, and I see LeBron James' ankle is bothering him. He'll miss another game due to the Lakers are not making the playoffs. Let me tell you. Let me look at the rest of their schedule. They're 2 games out of the play-in. They are 2 games out of the play into the spread. They're not making it. They're not making it. They're not making it. Let me tell you, they're not making it. The Lakers, I feel so bad. The Lakers are not good. The Lakers don't even have a draft pick that they can tank for. And I'm looking, they're 2 games out of the play-in. They're 2 games in front of the Kings. They're 16 games under 500. And they play Phoenix today without LeBron. And then they play Golden State. You lost to OKC 3 times this season. You're probably going to lose to the Lakers. Could lose out the rest of their games. And the Lakers could finish their season 31-51. Let me see. Call me crazy, but Westbrook could fit on the no. Let me tell you. I'm not. Well, no. I'm not paying $47 million. No, I can't. I can't. Russell West. Now let me tell you. I'm being hard on Russell Westbrook for this year. Westbrook is a great player before this year, but let me tell you, I'm not paying $47 million. That I would go get. I would get John Wall if that was the case. I would get John Wall if that was the case. And by the way, the Lakers could have had John Wall, but they're stubborn. They don't want to trade Talen Horton-Tucker, a guy who stinks. Anyways, I'll take John Wall before I take Westbrook. You know, the Nets got the easiest schedule remaining. The Nets got the easiest remaining. So let me tell you, the Nets are not catching the Hawks. The Nets are not catching. Let me tell you who the Nets play. Yeah, that's true. I can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the Nets are the 10th seed. So but the Nets will find a way to trick off one of these games. So, let me see. They play Houston. They'll probably end up beating Houston. They play New York, the Knicks. They can lose to the Knicks, even though the Knicks are an organization that is atrocious. The toughest game they have left is the Cavs. Which the Cavs are not that good. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Nets should win out 1 game behind us. Another 2 game. Yeah. But see, the only thing about that is even if they win 1 game, they don't tie us. So even though like if they were to beat Houston, they don't tie us. They would be a half a game behind us. And we have a pretty fairly not favorable, but we have a pretty solid. And then the Nets don't even have the tiebreaker over the Hornets. The Nets are not catching us, folks. They are behind the Hornets because they don't own the tiebreaker over the Hornets. The Hornets own the tiebreaker over the Nets. And if the Hornets finish over, let me tell you, I have a feeling that the Cavs going to collapse. Yeah, let me tell you, I feel like the Nets are for sure. I'm sorry, the Cavs are for sure going to not do good. 1 second, guys. 1 second. One second, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. It's just on the phone. All right, so having okay. I think we can win the rest of our games for sure. We can for sure win the rest of we can for sure win the rest of our games. Um, I want to play the Bucks in the playoffs. Wait a minute now. Wait. Wait a minute. I want to see the Bucks last. Last. I'm scared of Milwaukee. I am scared of Milwaukee. I'd rather play any other team in the playoffs, not Milwaukee. Um, would I rather play the Sixers or the Bucks? Sixers all day. The Sixers are not good. Um, we could beat them last year if Trey didn't get injured. So what a rematch. I'll take a rematch in the Eastern Conference Finals, but not in the first round. That's because I mean, maybe I don't know. Take a picture of this and send it. Scared you have to beat the best to be the best. Let me tell you, I know we'll eventually have to play them if they don't get beat, but not early. Uh, right now, we should be rooting for the Celtics. We're gonna sweep if we play the Celtics. That's another Knicks repeat. That is another Knicks repeat. We will 4-1 the Celtics. We will probably 4-1 the Heat. See if I can. I don't. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for the Celtics because I'm hoping the Celtics either stay at one or two. Yeah, I'm really hoping that they do because I'll take the Celtics in the first round any day. They don't scare their little run. That stuff that don't scare me. That don't scare me. Uh, it doesn't scare me at all. Um, so I'll take the I'll take the Celtics. Celtics, Miami, Sixers. I'll take them. Chicago. I don't see the Celtics being the Celtics are not good. They're not good. They got lucky. Um, and the karma's coming back for them. Karma's coming back for them. For what Marcus Smart did to both Trey and Steph. Karma's going to come back for him. I don't see it. The Celtics are going to be the same old team in the playoffs, and Jaylen Brown's going to get mad. He's going to ask out, and he's going to want to come to Atlanta. Maybe that will happen. But no, but um, you know, um, nah, nah, nah. I don't see the Celtics doing anything. Yeah, Smart is dirty. Smart is a dirty dude. He yeah, he dirty dude. Just a dirty, he's a dirty, snarly person. And should be ashamed of himself. Um, yeah, I mean, so by the way, JR, I'm looking at upgrades at the center position. Would you trade Clint Capella, DeAndre Hunter for Bam Adebayo in Miami? What's up, Rico? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? We're talking about a bunch of everything. Now we're talking about Hawks playoffs. We were talking about how Frank Vogel is going to be fired, which I don't think is the right decision. But the Lakers have a mess. So the Lakers are in a mess. They're not a good team. They're not a good team. Not a good team. Let's see. The Lakers are just in a world of trouble. They're in a world of trouble. Yeah, world of trouble. Um, but so what would you all's first if you were Rob Pelinka, the GM of the LA Lakers, what would your first move be in the offseason? What would your first move be in the offseason? If it's a trade, who would you trade? And who would you trade for? What would your assets be? If you're going to fire someone, who would you fire and who would you bring in? Bam raises floor, not ceiling. What do you mean by that, Jeremiah? By the way, welcome to the stream. I think that Bam, Bam is really good. I mean, averaging 20 and 10 and 3 assists. Bam, to me, Bam, I think he's better than Clint. You know, I like Bam. I really do. I really do like Bam. Bam and Cat, and I'm a fan. I am a fan of Rudy. I like Rudy. I like Jakob Poeltl in San Antonio. I like a lot of bit men in this league. I mean, you look at obviously. Now, let me ask you this. I'm just bringing this up because I'm just thinking about the big men in this league. If Philadelphia were to not do anything this year, does Joel Embiid ask out, or does Nikola Jokic ask out in Denver, or do they just try to trade in Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray to get a legit team around him? Bam is good. Bam, okay, what am I reading? Bam does a good help. Yeah, for sure, Barnesy. Bam, I love Bam. I mean, he's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. We would still make the playoff, but no closer to a championship. I disagree. I think that Bam takes us. Don't get me wrong. Bam is not like the answer, but I think that Bam is a true upgrade. I think the Hawks can make a. You think? Oh, the Hawks. You think the Hawks can make a run the playoffs? Yes, Andy. And I don't care if the Hawks win a title this year. Do not bring back the same team. I'm still going after a different look this offseason. Even if we win a title, make it to the championship, make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, get swept in the first round, get swept in the second round, get beat by a full court buzzer beater in Game 7, get round 2. We need a new shape. I won't say a new rock. We need a new shape. I would get rid of THT, Melo, Ariza, Augustine, keep Russ, AD, Austin Reeves, get LeBron healthy. I would consider firing Frank, to be honest. He's not that good of a coach, in my opinion. Perimeter defense is the issue. Can't lose Dre. Agreed with that, Jeremiah. I think that Dre is one of our best defenders. But listen, I'm a Herder fan. I think that Herder did a really good job last game defending. I think that we have the ability to sign guys that can do really good on defense. But go back to what Rico. You would keep Westbrook? I mean, now I think that would be the first guy who I would trade. Westbrook, get some true depth on this team. Get true depth. I mean, you can get some. If you can get depth on this team, you'd be in good shape. Depth, and then trade AD for another star and some more role players or some more draft picks. The Lakers are in such an icky, sticky situation. Icky, sticky situation. But poor Frank Vogel, he's going to be gone after this year. Yeah. That's it. Frank is gone. We'll see who they find. We'll see what disastrous coach they hire next. Yeah, Frank is pretty much gone after this year. He's not. Listen, Frank, he may get another head coaching job, depending on who fires who. I think TJ Warren would be great for this team. If you're talking about the Hawks, I looked at TJ Warren heavily. It's actually funny that you said TJ Warren. I looked at TJ Warren heavily. But so injury prone. I have a pet peeve with injury-prone guys. Let me see. You can get AD for a good bargain if you're also willing to take Westbrook off their books. We don't have enough money to do that, Jr. Let me look at. I'll try it out. We don't. There's no way we have enough money to do that. You take on $47 million in Westbrook, $37 million, and then you probably have to give up Trae Young. Do you know what the asking price is going to be for AD? Let's see. Let me go ahead and certify what it's going to cost. First of all, John Collins, Gallo, Clint, Bogey, Herder, Dre, Onyeka, and Jalen Johnson. And 3 first-round picks. I'm not trading the whole team. Listen, I don't want AD. AD is not good. He is always injured. Always injured. I don't want Westbrook either. I mean, he's a ball. Trae Young would ask out if we got Westbrook. And I'm not choosing Westbrook over Trae Young. Trae Young is 10 times better than Russell Westbrook. 10 times, 1,000 times better than Russell. He shares the ball better. I mean, Westbrook is not on Trae Young's level. All right, let me see. Westbrook has played well last couple of weeks. Has been playing well since Vogel started letting him play point guard a couple weeks ago. Their problem is they can't defend and need consistent lineups. True. But I would still trade him for. Listen, if you, here's the thing. Westbrook has been their issue majority of the season, so he's got to be the scapegoat to get better assets in here. So I'm going to trade him and get some high talented assets and draft picks in here because he'll just be the scapegoat since he's been a problem most of the season. All right. Jeremiah says, I think we could trade for AD. They need shooters around LeBron. We have too many already. I disagree with that. I think the more shooters, the better you have. With us, I'll even look at adding more shooters. But no, I don't get it. Well, actually, I do get it because I did want AD, but let me tell you. First of all, we're not getting him for what they're going to ask for. I don't listen. AD is going to do nothing but play the first 5 games, get us all excited, and then he tears his ACL and rips his leg apart, and he's out for 8 months. Comes back at the end of the season, and we're not doing good. I don't want AD. I don't think Travis wants him either. I think Travis would rather go for a more reliable star. And Westbrook could be our 6th man. Let me tell you, $47 million coming off our bench again. John Wall. We're gonna do anything like that. John Wall is that guy. If we're gonna do anything like that, John Wall will be our guy. Westbrook. Of course, you all gonna hear me. Thank you, JR. Thank you. Because I was certainly gonna keep talking and not look down and see that my icon was. Wait a minute. Was I on mute this whole time? Could y'all not hear me this since I got back sitting down? Could y'all not hear me the whole time? That's gonna make me really mad if y'all couldn't. But yes, to respond back to what Rico said, I think we can finish 7th. Yes. We can beat Miami. Yes. We can beat Chicago. Yes. I think we can get back to the Eastern Conference Finals if the brackets work out, but I would still not bring back the same roster. Only I would look to add an all-star or a superstar if one became available. If one became available. So, yeah. Nah, you was like on me for third. Okay, good. Because I was about to. Hey, listen, I was not gonna be happy. I was about to pull a Greg Popovich, start throwing stuff all over the room. But yeah. So, listen, I like what I like the direction that we're in. I like the assets we have as the Hawks organization, right? I like that we have draft picks, young talented players, veterans that can fill up can be salary fillers. We're in a good position. Now it's all about, is the right star going to become available? If so, it's all about negotiations at that point. We were in serious talks for CJ McCollum. I would have liked CJ, but talks didn't work out. We weren't going to give up that much for for what they were asking for CJ. So yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, Jr. I told Mi Demond. Yeah, great. Just dropped my phone. I told Mi what you were saying about we need a coach of a different race. Hey, do you still stand on that, or are you now liking Nate a little bit? Are you now liking Nate a little bit? So I'm just exploring the fact that Charlotte needs a true big man. Could they take Clint Capella? They're not going to give us Miles Bridges. I was going to say, if you give us Miles Bridges and like Kyle Jones or something like that, then, but they're not going to give us Miles Bridges. I don't see anyone on their team who I really like other than Terry, Miles Bridges, and LaMelo Ball, obviously, but we're not going to get LaMelo. But, oh, I'm seeing Mark Stein just reported that Kawhi Leonard was seen putting up some shots. I'm gonna add him on my fantasy team just in case, because oh, he stands on it. He stands on it. Look, this is straight from JR, guys. This is straight from JR. Straight from JR. The legend JR. This is straight from the legend JR. Straight from the legend JR. We need a white coach, bro. I stand on that. I'm sick of this brotherhood crap. We need wins. Hey, listen. 100% agree. We need wins. I think Travis, now let me tell you, the Hawks organization, since the Danny Ferry situation, they've been trying to be diverse. Let me tell you. If I was the owner, if I was the GM, it wouldn't be about diversity. It wouldn't be about diversity. It would strictly be about wins. Wins, and whoever's gonna give me those wins, whoever's gonna give me a title, a banner that says champions, a ring, a Larry B, that's who I want to hire. All right, Rico, what do you say? What do you have to say? You have a point. We should definitely make some moves this summer. Keep Dre, keep Herter, keep Big O, keep JJ. Would keep Bogey, but John, Clint, Lou, Gallo, TOC can all. And see, here's the thing. I love Gallo, but listen, as long as it's not Trey or Big O, I'm fine with the whole team being traded. Imagine if Bud was Trey. Oh, I'm sorry. Imagining if Bud has Trey when he was. Let me tell you, Bud would have turned Trey into Stephen Curry 2.0. That's facts. Coach Bud was about business, no friendships. Exactly. Facts. Let's see. Mr. Beasley says, John don't want to be here, to be honest. Let me tell you, Mr. Beasley, that is for sure. Something that I'm looking at now. I was defending John for so long that he wanted to be here. But listen, we can improve this roster if we get rid of him. Jeremiah says, "Stop it. Mark Jackson would do well for this team. Race got nothing to do with it. It with it. It is black people. We can't push that narrative. Listen, you know, I'll put it this way. I'll put it this way. First of all, I don't the whole Mark Jackson thing. I, I'll try to watch what I say for YouTube purposes, but I think it was less about race, more about what he was standing up for. I personally myself stand up for the same thing he was standing up for. He was standing up against the LGBTQ community. I stand against it. He's a Christian. I'm a Christian. I agree on that. But when you have a guy like him who stood up for what, in my opinion, was right, the NBA is not going to like that. Especially when you're talking to a pro uh, LGBTQ league. So it's not going to fly. I think if Steve Kerr would have said something like that, I think they would have fired Steve Kerr when he had first got the job. If Steve Kerr would have come out and talked bad about gays, I think that it would have happened to Steve Kerr. John wants to be here, practically begging to stay. Let me tell you, John will be gone after this. Listen, and I hate saying it because I think I'm a huge John fan. But we can improve this team. We can test his trade value. He's a pastor too. Can't tell me he wouldn't fit in Atlanta. Let me tell you, if we're gonna hire Mark Jackson, I'll just keep Nate. I don't listen. I'll tell you what, Jeremiah. When I say I'm all about wins, that's not saying that black coaches can't do that. I'm saying there is and I don't think anyone can deny it. There is a there is certain coaches of color or diverse, whatever, that do get some jobs for the sake of that, and they don't do as well. For instance, Lloyd Pierce, we could have had. Let me tell you, we interviewed Monty Williams. But we wanted to get a new coach, and Travis, our GM, felt that he needed to be diverse by not, going in a different direction as far as hiring a coach that's, it can get messy. It can get messy. Let's see. Facts. Mark was a visionary. He believed Steph and Clay would be what they are now before anyone. True, but then again, you have that situation. Coach Bud outcoached Monty Williams badly in the finals last year. Agree, Mr. Beasley. That's 100% true. I love Bud. I think Bud should get Coach of the Year. Let me see. Jeremiah Gibbons says Mark was scapegoated because one of the owners was gay. And here's the thing. I don't think it was scapegoated because I don't feel like there was a scapegoat. Mark Jackson, and again, I agree with Mark Jackson. I'm against, and I can say this because I'm not gonna be this cookie cutter YouTuber when it comes down to my faith. I am 100%. I hope this doesn't hurt any of you all's feelings. I am 100% against the LGBTQ community. I am not for them. I will not discriminate against them, but I'm not for them. But I think that he was correct in his assessment as him being a pastor. Um, but the, I'm look I'm listen. I don't look at race and everything. In this situation, with the well, not the in the Mark Jackson situation, um, listen, I think that um, I, I think that again, I think that it was more of the fact that he went against because there's certain things that you usually can't talk about, or can't come against in the NBA. That's LGBTQ, that's politics. You have to portray that you vote a certain way. And then like now with the vaccine, you can't say you're unvaccinated without someone writing a narrative about you. So there's certain things that it's you got to be really touchy with what you talk about. I agree with Mark. Um, yeah, yeah, I agree with Mark. Okay, back to basketball. Trade Collins. Yes, back to basketball because that's a messy situation. Yes. So Jeremiah and Rico and JR and Mr. Beasley and uh, what would you all trade for Collins? Like, who do you think will want Collins? Number one, actually, um, I do think that Dallas is interested in I do think that Dallas is interested in John Collins. Who on the and I'm looking I'm looking at it now. Let me see. Let me see. Uh John Collins to Dallas. I tell you what it cost him. Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie and Boban. Spencer Dinwiddie and Boban Morjanovic. That's what it will cost him for John Collins. You know, so yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, I got off track. Let me add Kawhi Leonard on my fantasy team because if he comes back, I want to be I want to be the one that has him. Let's see. Kawhi. All teams. Los Angeles Clippers. Yep, there he is. Kawhi Leonard. I'm gonna add him and throw him right on injury reserve. Ooh, I gotta drop someone for him. I'll drop Dylan Brooks. But yeah, John Collins definitely a dude who I would oh man. Let me read this article to you guys. Um Jake Fisher reports the Lakers are facing elimination tonight. That means if they lose, they're eliminated from the playoffs. It says facing elimination tonight, Lakers are still expected to part ways with coach Frank Vogel at this end of the season. Two names often linked: Quinn Snyder and Doc Rivers. Don't hire Doc. Please don't hire Doc. You'd be in the same situation with Doc. Um, you know, I, yeah, I firmly believe that. Um, all right, let's see. We need to get rid of Clint for a real center. Agree. Dinwiddie is pretty good. He's a shot creator. Boban is okay too. We'll probably get a pick from them too. Yes, and the only reason I use Dallas is because for some reason Mark Cuban is obsessed with John Collins. Um, but that would be I would take Dwight Powell, but we wouldn't be able to get Dinwiddie too. I'll take Dwight Powell. I'll take Brunson. Guys like that. Um, a defensive minded power forward, plus a 3 and 4, plus a 3 and 4D wing or fringe all stars at the 4 who can create its own shot. Agreed. So that being said, are you all on board? I'm not. I'm 100% against it. Are you all on board with Julius Randle? Are you on board with Julius? Are you on board with Jules? I'm not trading John Collins to New York. I'm not trading him to Madison Square Garden. Yeah, and Julius makes more, but have to send another guy now. Oh, and then that one guy that will make the salary work perfectly will be John Collins and Jalen Jones. No, Julius would not work. I don't like Julius. Um, Cuban loves John because he wanted to draft him, but Atlanta got him first. Hey, credit to Travis Schlink. If you're watching this or if you rewatch this, credit to Travis Schlink. Travis knows what he's doing. Let me tell you that very much. Travis knows what he's doing. But on a serious note, I think that we're in a really good position trade asset wise. I like what we have as far as our assets goes. First round picks to young assets to salary fillers and vets. So yeah, I'll take it for right price. John turns into Fright Night when he plays Randall, puts plus trades and enforce on the thing. Julius, yeah, I was gonna say that Jeremiah. Julius does not do well in the playoffs. Julius needs to go to a team where he can be the fourth option. He's not good. Only reason I'm saying this because that's actually the first guy that came to my head that was available. But Julius, it depends on what I gave up. I'll put it that way. JR said no. We seen Julius in the playoffs already. Hey, I got JR. Agree. I'm not going for Julius. Randall is a head case. I wouldn't want him around our guys. Yes, I agree. He gets jealous quite often. We don't need that spirit around our guys. He'll be another Cam Reddish, cancer in our locker room type guy. Okay. I mean, yeah, Julius, yeah. Trey get players paid. You don't think that he could get 36% up from 3? No, I don't. I don't like the idea of Julius. I don't like it. Pascal Siakam, on the other hand, now that's a guy that I would be willing to move. Clint Capella, everybody. Now, realistically, John Collins. I'm looking at. I hate giving up this guy because I think this guy can have potential based off of what we've seen when he does play. John Collins, Kevin Knox to the Raptors for Pascal. I want OG Anunoby too. I would be willing to give up Dre for OG. So John Collins, DeAndre, Kevin Knox. I'll even trade him 2 first-round picks for Siakam and OG. That's a true upgrade right there. You clear out Kevin Knox, a guy that, in my opinion, should get playing time. He's only 22, by the way. You replace DeAndre with OG, same age. OG's better. OG's averaging 17 and 5 and 2. DeAndre's averaging 13, 3 and 1. John, you replace John with Pascal, but you give up, All right, let's see. Pascal would work well with this team. He's injury prone too. That's true. Not as injury prone as AD, but I do like the idea of Siakam. Smart might try to injure Trey if we face him in the first round. Let me tell you, if Smart does anything to Trae Young, I'm telling you on purpose, I'm going for Jaylen Brown on purpose. And for Jason Tatum. One of the two is going. One of them two better be out of the game, or I'm coming for them. And then I might even get Marcus Smart. After that too. You said no, JR. No, JR. I didn't say Trey for OG. I said Dre for OG. DeAndre Hunter. No, I wouldn't trade Trae Young for anyone. I wouldn't trade Trae Young for anyone unless I was getting Giannis, KD, and Jokic all in the same deal, I would not trade Trae Young for anyone. No, I call him DeAndre Hunter for OG Anunoby. I see I just lost a whole bunch of viewers for people thinking I said Trey for OG. No, DeAndre for OG. DeAndre for OG. What, Jeremiah? OG is not a good enough defender? He's a better defender than DeAndre. He's injury prone, but he's a better defender. Let me look at his defensive rating versus DeAndre Hunter's defensive rating. Okay. The same website. I like OG. I mean, I like OG. To me, I mean, 45% from the field he shoots, 37% from three. And he has, I mean, he's a plus 149 in his career, plus minus. Whoa, that was a really big thunder. Hopefully, no lightning comes with that. I got scared for. Oh my goodness. I know you all heard all that. Oh Lord. Yeah, it's not looking good out here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what storm. Hopefully, I'm right. Hopefully, in Jesus' name, power doesn't go out. Yeah, I know y'all heard that thunder. I got scared for a second. I thought an airplane flew in the ground. I thought an airplane or a bomb or something flew into the ground because that was loud. That was loud. That made my heart go a little bit. I was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Did someone fly an airplane in the ground?" That's y'all. I know y'all heard it. I know you had to hear that. I mean, hopefully no lightning comes with that. Even if it does, I have my PC hooked into a power surge. But that wouldn't mean anything if the lights went off. Hope that doesn't happen. What is up with this weather? Let's see where this weather's coming from. Weather. Oh no. Weather. Heavy thunderstorms. Let's see. Hopefully no tornado warnings. Tornado. Let's see. Oh. Alrighty then. Let's see. I agree with Jeremiah. Dre definitely has a higher upside and potential. Yeah, true. But I agree with JR. DeAndre has a broken jumper for sure. What is the Hawks' biggest potential? I'm sorry, positional need next offseason? Okay. Either a star at the shooting guard position or an upgrade at the center position. I think that is definitely something that we would need. I think I would definitely go after that. What's this storm tracker looking like? Oh, there's a tornado watch out for, let's see what counties. Quite a few counties, actually. I'm not skipping over my county. Okay, good. Don't see my county on here. Just really loud thunder, I guess. Clint, not terrible. We just need a real center. I mean, yeah. I still don't like Clint, but I definitely do think that we definitely we definitely need um an upgrade at that position. Let's see. Take a look at this. Ooh, wait. That looks really bad. All right. All right, let's say. You can't tell me that risk isn't so bothering, not to mention lost confidence. I don't listen. I think that there's a lot of guys better than Dre out there. For sure, there's a lot of guys better than Dre. I think that there for sure are a lot of guys at that position better than Dre. Uh, Risk still may be bothering him. The whole confidence thing. We need a true backup playmaking point guard because DeLon is not a OG. He's a shooting guard. He's a great defender, but not a good playmaker. You could argue that we need defenders, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Hey, I brought up Dennis Schroeder, but everybody's like, we don't want Dennis back. We don't want. I said as a backup, you could use him. You could use Dennis Schroeder as a backup point guard, but no one wanted to. No one wanted to do it. But that's okay. JR says, if we could get Christian Wood from the Rockets, that would be great. John Collins for Christian Wood. Let's call it into the league. Let's call it into the league. And guess what? You know what MI would say? That's a lateral trade. That's a lateral trade. Actually, the salary would not work. The salary would not work. We'd have to take in someone else. Hey, Jalen Green would be perfect. Jalen Green makes the salary work. Hey, let's trade John Collins and 3 first-round picks. Actually, I'll trade you 4, 5, 6, and 2 second-round picks, and John Collins for Christian Wood and Jalen Green. Jalen Green. I'll take Jalen Green and Christian Wood for Collins and all those picks in a heartbeat. But no, I know it's not going to happen. They're building around Jalen Green. It's not going to happen. I agree with you on Dennis. I vouch for him too. Yeah, Rico. I think that Dennis would have been that guy. The guy we could have brought in. We could have possibly traded for him. I don't know what the offers were looking like. We could have. I would have been willing to take him because it was really going to be. It was whoever got Dennis. It was that team took a whole bunch of salary, so we could have gotten Dennis, Ennis, and Bruno for probably like DeLon Wright, or a guy like that. Hey, Dennis would have been great. I'll take Dennis on a vet minimum, but he probably wants 40 million. Dennis not getting up 40 million. He's not getting 40 million. I don't care what team, unless you get a team like the Knicks who's just so desperate. I don't see that happen. I don't see him getting that much. 40 million. I think Dennis knows at this point in his career he's not as good as 40 million. 4 years, 40 million. I mean, that would not. So that's like 10 million a year. This and see how much it will affect the cap. No, no, nah. I don't like that. We'll be in the luxury. Dennis not coming off the bench. He wants money. Then again, I am against Dennis and him wanting his money. I'm not paying you 40 million on however many years. Not a fan. Not a fan, and we're not doing it. By the way, for the record, the Lakers chose Taylor Horton Tucker over Kyle Lowry. They did not get DeMar DeRozan. They failed to get Kawhi Leonard. They are a trash organization. I had to throw that in there because the title is still talking about the Lakers. But yeah, so we definitely we definitely as the Hawks organization has some things to think about. Um oh, of course, the Lakers said AD trade is not on the table. It has to be. It has to be. He's injured. He can't. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what's up, Isaac the Goat? What's up? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yo, yo, how's it going? Let me tell you, AD, if I was the GM, I'd trade AD. Injury prone. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't trust him for 40 games a season. I don't trust him for half the season. I honestly think Braun. Honestly, Braun might leave. For sure, he's leaving. Yes, he's leaving. He's taking another game off today. They're going to lose. If they lose today, they're going to be eliminated, which they're going to lose to the Suns. They're not a good franchise. They're an atrocious team. LeBron's going to go back to Cleveland, which is scary for the East. I mean, the East gets a lot better. LeBron's not going to go start a franchise somewhere else. He's just going to go to Cleveland. And yeah, he's going to go to Cleveland and try to fit in with whoever they have, whoever they are able to keep. He's gonna try to fit in there. So yeah, Braun is for sure leaving. I don't see a way that LeBron stays. I don't see him leaving this offseason. I can see him leaving next offseason when he walks in free agency. Because no team is ever going to be able to give him a team option. He's always going to have player options. He's going to opt out and go to the team he wants to go to. I think Braun might start a new franchise with who though? Don't come to Atlanta. We're Ice Trey. That dude right there is our franchise player. Do not come here and try to take over everything and trade. Like if LeBron came here, I guarantee you he would trade. Let me see. Let me see. LeBron James would trade. Let me see. LeBron James would trade John Collins, Clint Capella, Gallo, Bogey, Hunter for like John Wall or a guy. Yeah. Yeah. You missing the Hornets? What? What are you gonna do with LaMelo? The Hornets. The Hornets. The Hornets. I hope not. That's interesting. The Hornets. LeBron with LaMelo. I don't know. Michael Jordan could pull it off. Only way I'll take LeBron is on a vet minimum. For sure, Jeremiah. I'll take LeBron on like 2 years. 2 years, $2 million. I'll take LeBron on that any day. Come on, LeBron, but you got to take second to Trae Young because when you leave, Trae Young's still going to be here. So only way, yeah. He can be his Kyrie. If you're talking about LaMelo, yes. Talking about Trae, no. That's LeBron's problem. He lives to go to places and try to take over and run everything. Thank you, Rico. Thank you. Yes, that is exactly what LeBron does. All LeBron James does is go to franchise, and destroys them. If he gets them one title, and destroys the franchise because he's greedy and he done. Let me tell you. LeBron James, if he's still in the league or a GM or an owner when his son is in the league, he will trade 70 first-round picks and 80 and like every player on the team for his son, Bronny. He does not know what he is doing. Yeah, he said, just draft Bronny. We're going to be set. I hadn't taken a look at Bronny. I hadn't taken a look at him. I got to take a look at him. I have not taken a look at him. Okay. So possible Frank Vogel replacements have already come out. And it reads as Quinn Snyder is the number one candidate. Dot Rivers is number two. Mike Brown? Are you kidding me? Who is it? Oh, let me see. Mike Brown. Who is it? Let me see. NBA. Oh, I see. Oh, Mike Brown. Oh, yeah. I like Mike Brown. I like Mike Brown. Okay, I didn't know that Mike Brown was I didn't know Mike Brown was the one with the Warriors. I didn't know that. My bad. Love Mike Brown. I think he was the head coach in Cleveland. Yeah, I didn't know Mike Brown was the one with the Warriors. Okay. Now I get it. Mike Brown, Steve Clifford, like Steve, and Kurt Rambis. Kurt Rambis too old. Um, LeBron will run Kurt Rambis over. Um, anyways, once he has done it at every stop, everybody else, everyone else becomes a scapegoat. Scapegoat 100%. Rico, agree. Um, Bronny is not an NBA player, in my opinion. Hey, I, you know, one ring is worth it. Hawson 150. But JR, let me tell you what's at stake here. One ring you're not going to win one for another 50 years. I don't know about that. Mikey? Who's Mikey? Mikey the YouTuber? Who? Mikey. Mikey the YouTuber. Oh, Kurt Rambis is not that old. I wouldn't hire him. I know he's a former Laker and everything. You know, Laker. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Going at Kawhi. Actually, I think, yeah. Mikey Williams. Let me look him up. Oh, yeah, the YouTuber. I think. Yeah, the YouTuber. He could go number one overall. 17 years old. He could go number one overall. Let's see. Bronny. 17, 6'2", 176 pounds. Smoked weed on Instagram Live. I don't know. He better than Bronny. I can see that. I think Mikey has more of a basketball body. Yeah, I do think that. Let's see if I can. Rip. Someone already took him. Bronny isn't the best player on his team, in my opinion. Again, I don't keep up with all that stuff. Not necessarily all that stuff, but I don't keep up with um teams like that. Like I look at the current draft and that's it. And I don't know if I was a GM, I have to look at all all that stuff. But Bronny is probably not going to go number one overall. That's just the truth, in my opinion. I don't even know how. I don't even know what Bronny is playing right. Bronny is just enjoying life. I put it that way. Bronny is probably not doing anything. Probably is, if Bronny don't make it to the league, he'll probably end up being a YouTuber. Probably end up being a YouTuber. Or somehow get into the league and yeah, I don't know. The hype, I would get Bronny because wherever Bronny goes, LeBron's gonna want to trade or go to Bronny. He streams on Twitch too, but we don't need him. Agree. And yes, he does stream on Twitch. Yeah, I used to stream on Twitch. He's not doing anything with his life. Oh, yeah, I definitely used to stream on Twitch, and that tells me that you're not really doing much of anything. I mean, it kind of tells me that you're a bit bored and you don't have anything to do. He's a better player. He's a better gamer than. Hey, that's usually the way it goes with all these players. That's usually the way it goes. Half of them are better gamers than players. So I don't know why everyone thinks that Quinn Snyder is gonna go after this year. I think he is, but to me, he's not a bad coach. He's not a bad coach at all. Not a bad coach. Frank, this is not fair for Frank. It's not fair for Frank, in my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, we've been live for almost 2 hours. Did you see John Finger? Who's John Finger? Let me see. John Finger. No, I don't even know who John Finger is. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it now. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Yeah, yeah. I did see John's face. I was thinking you talking about a person. I was like, who's John Finger? What mother would name their child John Finger? But I get it now. Okay, yeah, I did see John Collins Finger. It looks disgusting. And hopefully it gets better soon so we can get it back playoff time. I think the healthier the better we are. Yes, I did see John Singer. Whew, I did not know what you're talking about. Thing looks disgusting. Kanye will name his child John. Yeah, I can see Kanye doing something stupid like that. But I don't listen to rap music, so all I know is that Kanye says stupid things. Don't really know anything about his music. I don't listen to rap music. I'm not interested in that stuff. Yeah, I'm not interested in that stuff. I don't know. I don't know any rapper. I can't tell you what song they have. I can't tell you anything about the rapper or anything about Kanye. I don't know how old he is. I don't know how many kids he has. I don't know what his wife name is. I know he has like 86 wives, and I don't know. All I know is that Kanye is not the one who I want to be listening to. This offseason, who would you want the Hawks to get? JR is gonna disagree with me on this. Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is a guy who I want. I've been wanting. Donovan, and if Bradley Beal wants out, yes, I will take a look at Bradley Beal. If Dame wants out, I'll take a look at Dame. But no, realistically, Donovan Mitchell. I like him. I think that he'll be a pretty good fit with Trey. Not so much defensively, but that's okay. We can put defensive guys around them too. But the fact that you would have to prepare and game plan for Donovan Mitchell and Trey Young would be something. It'd be a nightmare for teams to do. So yeah. You want Pat something small. I mean, I don't know if y'all heard the replay. You're gonna have two guards chucking up shots, bro. It ain't gonna work, especially picking up his contract. His contract is not that much. His contract is average for a guy. I mean, he's averaging almost 30 points. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Travis is gonna be picky with what all stars are available or not. I don't know. If we need an all star to compete in this Eastern Conference. We not even an all star. We need a second star to compete in this Eastern Conference. So would you take Pat Bev? Yes, depending on what I was giving up for him. Lou and DeLon, Lou and DeLon, for Pat Bev, but I'm not. I wouldn't be willing to give up first. I wouldn't be willing to give up a first round pick for Pat Bev, but you better off re-signing Bogey at a good price and just let him. Bogey's not. Bogey's nowhere near Mitchell's level. Um, love Bogey. I think that Bogey is a player that I would certainly look to keep, but no, I don't think Bogey. No. Again, Donovan Mitchell and Trey are friends off court. Could have some influence on what goes on. We'll see. Yeah. We need an all-star big. That's hard. That's gonna be hard to get. Teams are not gonna just be giving up all-star bigs. Joel, Cat, Rudy, Jokic. It's gonna be hard to get a team, and you're gonna give up a little bit more to get a big man because they're not gonna just take Clint and John in the first. It's gonna cost you more. Depending on what big man is available. So that also plays a part in what we are going to be able to do. Now, obviously, we can. Now, I tell you what, if Boston end up doing what I'm predicting to do, get put out in the first round this year, Jaylen Brown's not staying. I am ringing the phone off the hooks for Jaylen Brown. John Collins, Kevin Herter, DeAndre Hunter, whatever I can do for Jaylen Brown. But no, on a serious note, Jaylen Brown is a guy that I would get. He sounded like he would be very open to coming back to his home state in Atlanta. To be honest with you, John Collins and Jalen Johnson and 3 first-round picks would be what I'll be willing to offer for Jaylen Brown, to be quite honest with you. I think that's fair. So, yeah. We still need an enforcer for Trey back solo. Listen, it's gonna be hard to find enforcers out there. I think Jaylen Brown's an enforcer. Listen, I think that a lot of these guys that are available can be enforcers. I really do believe that. Okay, let me get back to my chat real quick. I know it won't happen, but I want Draymond. Yeah, Draymond's not going anywhere. Unfortunately, Draymond's not going anywhere. Who's the center from Detroit? Who tried to fight LeBron? We need him. He wouldn't be an upgrade, but I do like his attitude. Isaiah Stewart. He's shorter than Clint too. He's actually a power forward. He's 6'8". Isaiah Stewart. Yeah, I mean, but no. Yeah, yes and no. I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's swole, but you know, yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you guys for showing up. We are having a really good live stream. I want to thank you guys for it. I don't know. There's not a lot of available stars. I think that these available stars are finding their rhythm with their teams and they're improving. Um, but Donovan Mitchell, I keep telling y'all he's gonna be available, but we can't be picky and say we don't want Donovan Mitchell. Pass up on him. I'm just saying. We got an opportunity to get a star. We can at least see how it's gonna work. In my opinion. At least see how it's gonna work. Donovan Mitchell is another playmaker, so that means when Trae Young is out of the game, you got another playmaker still on the floor, another all-star, another player that teams have to respect. So I don't know. I'm ready for John to come back so we can continue the Jarrett Allen abuse. We are not that big. But yeah, we are definitely not that big. All right. I'd rather have AD than Donovan. Oh no. AD's not gonna play. He's not gonna be available in the playoffs. AD's not gonna play. All right. I think Atlanta will go 3-D wing in the draft. I don't think we get a high draft pick this year unless we trade up. I like Jabari. I like Jabari Smith Jr. We'll see. Every time, almost he's dunking on him with a poster year. That's right, Isaiah. That's right. Yeah, you're right. We're gonna need Collins. We're gonna need Collins. We face KD in the play-in. I don't think we're gonna face KD in the play-in. I don't know about us needing Collins. Collins is the biggest liability on defense. I mean, no one's stopping Anthony Davis. I'm sorry, Kevin Durant. No one's stopping KD. In my opinion, I think KD is. Yeah, I mean Jeremiah's right. John doesn't guard anyone. John will sit. I would get up and demonstrate, but no, it's not necessary. All John does is sit back like this with his hands, and he guards with his hips. Not a good way. Not a good way to guard. And then he sags off everyone. I don't know about that. I think we'll actually get beat if JC was playing. So he's the only guy that's the right size to at least bother him. He's not dropping 55 on. Yes, he is. Collins is not good. Let me tell you, JR. Collins is soft. I guarantee you, KD could whack Collins across the face, and Collins, hey, it's all right, man. Hey, you know, we're family and everything. All right, hey, good job, bro. Hey, respect, bro. Nah, he be tapping him on the butt and stuff. Nah, we don't need a butt tapper back. We don't need the butt tapper back. I like Jalen Johnson physicality and his attitude over John Collins. What if we put Onyeka on the starting lineup? That could work. That means, I think it could work. JC has a higher defensive ceiling than John. Agreed, Jeremiah. Agreed. But um but yeah, so we just have a lot to look at. But hey, that's why GMs get paid. They don't have an easy job. It's not just, hey, give me this player. All right, I'm sending them to you. Goodbye. GMs have a hard job. They have a lot of negotiations. You're dealing with humans. You're dealing with money. You're dealing with situation. You're dealing with fit. You're dealing with long term. You're dealing with uh, using your assets wisely. You're dealing with a lot of stuff. So it is a lot that we're gonna have to look at this off season. But that's why Travis Schlink is the GM, and that's why I'm not. That's why he's head of basketball ops. That's why I'm not head of basketball ops. Because it was me, the Hawks would be in the luxury tax by 60 million. But no, but on a serious note, you got to manage that. You got to manage that salary because that you can win championships, but if you paying 60 to 80 million in the luxury tax, that's not good. That's not good. You're paying a lot of money back to the league, but you're essentially paying your that's not a good thing. Can't afford to be in the luxury tax. And I know with a lot of people who play fantasy GM that just like to override trades all the time, that think they can trade John Collins for Anthony Davis, or John Collins for LeBron, or John for Steph Curry. It didn't work like that. The assets are gonna be high, especially if you're looking at trading for a guy like AD, because the Lakers are going to at least want close. And by the way, the Lakers reported that AD is not on the table for trades. But if they did, they're not going to take anything less than what they gave up. They're not taking anything less than what they gave up. Who you got, Luka or Trey? I got Trey no matter what. Luka is not better than Trey. Luka is not better than Trey. Let me tell you, Luka, I agree with you, Isaiah, by the way. Luka, I don't know why people keep saying Luka better, Luka better, Luka better. What? Because he's 800 pounds and can shoot the ball? I mean, what? You can't convince me. He got a nice jumper. But he still missed shots just like Trey. I mean, he's nowhere near as fast as Trey. He didn't throw an assist like Trey. Luka does not have what Trey Young has. That's simple. If OO develops a 3-point shot, it changes everything for us. 100%, Jeremiah. 100%. 100%. I will never. Well, actually, I won't say I never forgive. I'm playing when I say this. Yeah, look at him shoot free throws. Thank you, JR. I'm playing when I say this because I'm a forgiving guy. I will never. I'm playing when I say that. I will never forgive that person who made the fake Woj account last offseason. Made the fake Woj account and said we're trading John Collins for Zach LaVine. I went crazy. I was happy, but then I looked, no verification. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding. I looked up, there wasn't even no rumors about it. Yeah, I was just so mad. But yeah. I'll give him a little credit when he wins a series. Thank you, Isaiah. Luka cannot get out the first round. Okay. Clipper. I don't care. Everybody talk about he played the Clippers 2 years in a row. You were in position. You were up 2-0. Going back home. You won 2 in LA going back home. You could have at least won one game at home, but you didn't. You tricked off that series. So yeah, when Luka gets to the Eastern Conference, when Luka gets to the Western Conference Finals, I'll start looking at him and I'll start to make a comparison with him and Trey. But until then, it's not even comparable. I don't compare regular season. I compare the playoffs. Trey gets to the playoffs for his first time. Makes to the Eastern Conference Finals against a really good team. Gets past really good teams. Luka, on the other hand, loses 2 years in a row to the same team. 2-3 years in a row. I don't know. So, I mean, hey, we'll see. We shall see. But I'm telling you, if Bradley Bill becomes available, uh, we're acting. We're acting. I want to act on Bradley. I love Bradley. Love him. I love him as number 2 option for us. And it always Trey has been. Yeah, I mean, Luka's always had a better team than Trey, but Trey does more. Trey doesn't get the recognition that he deserves, in my opinion. I don't think he does. I don't think he gets the recognition that he deserves as a player. So disappointed, but that's what the media does to Atlanta sports. Oh, there it is, right there. Ice Trey does not get the level of respect that he deserves. So, I mean, it's disappointing. It really is. It's disappointing. But yeah. Let's see. But yeah, definitely does not get the recognition that he deserves. But let's see. He says, but if he was like in LA, he'd be better than most of the people that so-called better than him. 100% agree. 100%. I got one last question for you guys, and I'm gonna shut it down. We've been live for over 2 hours. Thank God. But I am currently on a fast, so I can't spend too much time on here. But yes. So one more question. We talked about Beal. We talked about AD. We talked about Westbrook. We talked about Donovan. Would you all look to make a move for Damian Lillard? Would you? I don't care. Now we can figure out how the games will coexist once he gets here. But if I would do it. I would do it. It's scary to think that you would have to prepare. Teams would have to respect Dame and Trey. Now let me see what offer I would have to. Let's see. John Collins, Jalen Johnson. I'll trade him Sharif so I can get a young point guard to go with Simons and Kevin Knox. I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. John, Jalen, Knox, Sharif, 3 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks. I think any team would take 3 first-round picks. Said no. Seems similar in Portland. Plus, he's on the downside of his career. I could see that. I could see that. But what if it was for this package though? Jalen Johnson, John Collins, Sharif, Kevin Knox, and picks. What if it was for that package? Would you do it? Would you do it? But overall, just curious. There's not a lot of available stars. He's gonna be one of them. So I don't know. I'll see you guys, and I would do a. Let's see. Hawks play tonight, 7:30 in Toronto. I might have a post game for you guys, depending on how everything goes. Might. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. I gotta figure out a schedule on how I'm gonna do that stuff. But see you guys in my next video. Thank you. I want to thank all y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna shout out all y'all. Jeremiah, Isaiah, JR. I go up Rico and Andy and first dude that was in here, Barnesy, Drew, Mr. Beasley. I want to thank all y'all for tuning in. Thank you all. It really feels good to be back. Really feels good to have a successful live stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in. See you, Isaiah. Yes, you'll see me tonight. If you watch MI's live, I will definitely be on there, like I always am. Love being on there. But I will see you guys. I'll see you guys over there if you all go over there, and y'all have a good one.